Hey, Leon. First off, what did it mean to you to be senior player last game at Kyle Field?
Say it one more time.
Yeah, just what did it mean for you to play that game?
It's kind of bittersweet. You know, Monday you just want to, like I said it when I came up here the last time, and just like live a day at a time. And you do that so much, so often. You know, you don't get that it's really your last game on Kyle Field. You know, but at the same time, you got to focus. You got a job to do. You got to work as a professional every single day and be the same person. So I didn't want to get too deep in my feels and my emotions, but I couldn't hide it, man. I couldn't hide it. This place changed me. Talking about it, making me a little tear up just a little bit, but I ain't gonna cry in front of this camera, man. I love A&M with all my heart. The support from just the staff, my teammates, that's first thing first, but these fans, man, they love you unconditionally. There's times where I had penalties. It's times where I wasn't completely locked in and missed tackles, did certain things. Like, they are there for me every single day and every step of the way. And to watch me mature as a man and them be there through the good and the bad, like, it's really a story, that just, it feels like it's coming to the end just a little bit today, being a young kid trying to figure it out to, like, actually, like, a senior, being a leader and doing everything I had aspirations of doing. And, man, it's a surreal feeling to just be a part of Texas A&M University, and I love the school with all my heart.
And then a lot of people might say with targeting coming in that big hits are taken out of the game, but when you look and see what Antonio and DeMarvin were able to do today, does that how excited that make y'all, and is it proof that you can still have a big hit in a game?
It depends what game you playing, to be completely honest. I think we obviously seen some weird officiating, but at the end of the day, you got to do your job. You got to do your job. You got to down the football, and you got to keep your crown out of it to protect people. So if it ain't malicious and you just playing as hard as you can, I don't see where it should be a flag thrown. So I think as a safety, me coming 100 miles per hour from 12 yards, sometimes, you got to come with that fire, and sometimes you got to bring your whole body in. Sometimes your helmet end up getting involved. So I'm thankful to never, ever have a targeting call on me. I had a few flags thrown on me for it, but it never ended up getting justified as targeting. So I'm blessed on that end. But, man, that's pretty much my spiel on that.
Cool for you to see Antonio's big hit.
Yeah. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. Y'all got a very, very talented player in Antonio Johnson. And I'm sure he's ready to carry the torch and handle this the way he should handle it.
Let's go to the far right to Cole.
Leon, does it give you some pride knowing guys like Antonio, Edrin, Deuce, Tyreek, all the young guys being able to pick up the defense under Mike really fast to keep the legacy of what A&M's defense has been over the last few years?
It's super impressive. I think we hold each other to a standard. We don't care if you're 18, 17, or 22. Everybody has to be on the same page. At practice, I just recently talked to Sam Matthews, and he's been showing up, and he, I believe, a walk-on. And he's been very talented for us when he first got here. And I told him, even though, like, you playing this small role right now, you think your job don't matter as much, man, you're a super important part of this team, and your role is only growing within you being here, because I try to tell everybody the same thing. Like, you're part of the culture. Everything you do, you're part of the culture. So he got to watch film more. I think I had to tell him that. You have to watch film more and just get locked in, because you want the opportunity in this game, and you want to be ready when your opportunity comes. That's just a little part of what I'm saying with all these players. Like Harmon had to learn, and he get his feet on there and he makes some mistakes, but it make you want it bad when you mess up. And it's like, okay, I really got to focus, because it's not just for me, it's for all the 11. The 12th man, and the guys on the sideline. Like, we got to get it done. So that's the main spill on that, man. It have to be perfect. We have to do it the right way, and that's our standard. If we don't do it the right way, then we're not satisfied. We're not happy, and it don't matter what age you are. So.
And then after the game, you went over to the sidelines. You were giving out your gloves. You were giving out your wristbands, everything to players. Did you just not want to leave the field at that moment, just bask it in one last time?
I knew it was going to come down to that, man. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to say thank you to all the fans, the families, the support, and just these Aggies, man. Like, man, they do so much for us, and I love them. I love them with all my heart, man. So I just want to make sure they know I love them, and I appreciate you turning this young kid who had a lot of aspirations, a lot of ambition, to a man. Even if football does not work, I'm going to be a successful young man because of you guys. Y'all helped me grow. Y'all helped me cope with life. And Elko and Jimbo and this organization changed my life. And I'm forever grateful.
All right, let's go to back behind the lights. We'll go to the TV row to Mike from KAGS and then Daryl.
Leon, I was going to ask about you going into the stands, handing out your gloves and stuff, but I'm going to change my question now. Did Senior Day live up and fulfill your expectations, or did it go differently than how you anticipated?
Yeah, it lived up to expectations every time you touch Cal Field. First of all, we wanted to leave a goose egg on the scoreboard and make history, but we didn't. We ended up giving up 3 points, unfortunately, but we blew out a team and we won. So at the end of the day, that's the main goal. We did it. We did it in Cal Field in my last game. So I can't be more satisfied than that.
We're going to stay on TV row and go to Daryl from KBTX.
Leon, did a game like this get that bad taste out of your mouth and kind of turn the page and get you guys ready for the regular season finale in Baton Rouge next week?
Yeah, I mean, we lost that game because we didn't play hard enough, I felt like, in that first half. We gave up a lot of things. Me specifically, I gave up tackles. I didn't make certain checks that I should have made, and I didn't be the leader that I was supposed to be within that first half. So, but, you take them hits and you keep moving. I think second half we showed on defense that we can make some changes and we can get this thing done, but we didn't win that game because we didn't do enough within the first half. And so I think the next challenge is LSU now at this point. We turn the channel, turn the page. We're going to enjoy the night, enjoy our families, senior night. But at the end of the day, we got LSU. We got to go play a game, and we got to go be as perfect as this defense should be. We got too many phenomenal players to not win this football game.
Let's go to the left side. Michael from the Italian.
Leon, after the Ole Miss game last week, what was the message in practice from the coaching staff on bouncing back and finishing the season strong?
It's like boxing. That's what life is. Like boxing, you take some hits, you get knocked down. At the end of the day, you still got to get up and keep fighting. Got to get up and keep fighting. I think we got a lot to fight for right now. We can have a 10-win season. There's a lot of things you could look at and be like, I could get better at. I still got to be a leader for these young guys. I still got to be a young man for these young guys and show them the ropes and stuff like that because their turn going to come. They're going to have this time where they're in front of y'all talking the same way. So I want to make sure I live up to that and never, ever quit on them and quit on this team.
Stay on the left side. We'll go to Olin from TexAgs and then finish with Brian.
Yeah, Leon, was it hard at all this week to be completely focused on Prairie View and not thinking about that LSU game coming up?
Oh, no, not at all. And that's my biggest thing I think I did in the summer, waking up 5 o'clock in the morning, going on the track and doing it over and over and over again. Like, it's you live in the moment. You live in the moment. And that's the best way I can explain it. Just live in the moment, live in the moment. So that's what we kind of preached all week. We didn't look forward. Look ahead, like LSU, and just overlook the PV. That's not how we do things around here. We focus on Purview, and now it's time to focus on LSU. I think you seen. I don't want to call out no teams, but you seen Florida, very talented team, and they go against Sanford, and they didn't get it done like they wanted to get it done. And it's because obviously a lot of guys wasn't focused as they should be. And I'm sure they're trying to work on that too. So that's just what it is about college football. You can't ever underestimate anybody because they got a dream just like you got a dream. They work just like you work.
What did you see today, or what happened today? We know it was a big win over a overmatched opponent, but is there anything that specifically that you can look at today, or things and say, that what we did today gives me more confidence that we can play the way we need to play against LSU?
Oh, for sure. You can take things out of this game that I thought we did well. But I think I don't like looking at the positives. I like looking at the negatives because if it show up in this game, it definitely could show up in a game like LSU. So I like to look at the negatives and capitalize off those. I think the main thing is to maintain your strengths and work really hard on your weaknesses. So I think for me specifically, I need to do a better job in open space tackling. Keep my head up and stuff like that and getting my feet to the tackle. I think I could do a better job at that. And our defense just swarming to the ball, taking good angles, good leverage, and then just doing our job 120. So.
All right, we'll finish on the middle right with Ryan from the Italian.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Try not to get you too emotional here, but one thing you've been repeating all day has been just how you've matured and grown as a player here. So what has been the biggest lesson that you've learned here at A&M, at Kyle Field, and have you been able to pass that on to any of the younger players?
Got a lot of lessons. Man, my biggest lesson I think I learned since I've been here is keep faith. Keep faith. There was a time I was here and I almost quit on myself. I didn't really see it for what it was at first, but I was blaming everybody for my problems. I dealt with some injuries, stuff happened, and I was blaming everybody else for my problems. I think taking ownership for what I have done and what I will do in the future. So that was my biggest jump, I think, and what I learned as I went. And I think we all do that as human beings. You know, we got to take ownership. When you take accountability, when it's easy to say, hey, you're the problem, look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm the reason why this thing not working, then that's when you build a culture, because everybody doing the same thing. Everybody looking at themselves in the mirror. When everybody look at themselves in the mirror, you get a different person. So.
All right, you're all done. Thank
Awesome.
you.
God bless you and gig 'em, wake 'em up.